Alright, boys. This is how you make a 10-shot rack. The things you're going to need is you're going to need some 2x3. I mean, you can use OSB and a table saw. I use a miter saw and I use 1x4s. The 1x4s, I don't know, I like using boards in all my racks. You know what I mean? I may try some OSB in the future, but for now I use the boards. This is the easiest way I know how to make a rack. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So what you're going to need is you're going to have to cut 2 pieces of 2x3, 1 foot long. Alright, so you need 2 1-foot pieces of 2x3. Another thing you're going to need is 1 2-foot piece of 2x3. I don't have one handy because they're all in the racks and tacked up. So you're going to need 2 1-foot 2x3s and 1 2-foot 2x3s. The other things you're going to need is the 1x4s. You're going to need 4 27-inch long 1x4s, or, you know, however you want to do it. It's really preference. I choose to do the boards. I use my miter saw and I cut them nice and flush and level and everything. It's a nice even cut. You know, but I use the 1x4s. Like I said, you get 3 boards out of an 8-foot piece. So you get 3 27-inch pieces out of an 8-foot piece, and that leftover piece can go towards a 5-shot rack. After you cut all your lumber, this is the way I do it. Again, this is the way I do it, and you know, personal preference is I'll tack everything together. On the ends here, before I do any screwing, I usually tack it with my nail guns. For the ends here, I'll throw a 2-inch nail in the sides just to give it a little tack. I don't know if you can see them really, but they're there. You know, I'll throw a 2-inch tack in there, a couple 2-inch nails just to tack them on the sides, and then once I got it tacked on the sides, I drill my holes and then I put my screws in. Now I just get this base. I get this base first. All right, I don't do anything else until I got that base covered. All right. So we want the sides and the bottom. We want to build that first. Makes it easier. Yeah, it just makes it easier that way. So, anyways, I put 2-inch tacks, the nails on the sides here. I tack it up. I drill my holes, and I put 2.5-inch screws. You want to go kind of deep because these are the sides. This is pretty much what's going to hold it together on the sides. So, you know, I went 2.5, which is plenty. I mean, you can go more if you want, but again, this is personal preference, and I went 2.5. So, and it's worked fine for me. So. Alright, so after we got that tacked, alright, we got our wood. We want to place them. I put it on all the way on the bottom, you know, so it's flush. It's flush with the bottom rail here, alright? And what I do then is I'll add staples. I don't know if you could see, but I add 3 staples here. I add 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and then 3 here. Now the staples here, I mean, this is just giving it more structure, more support. But again, I'm gonna drill holes. You'll see, I'm gonna drill holes, and I'm gonna add some screws on the bottom rail anyway. So, but like I said, I tack everything up before I drill, and I put some screws in just to give it a little bit more structure, just to make sure everything stays nice and square and even. You know, this is personal preference. You know, if you think you can manage without it, then, you know, do it. You know what I mean? But, you know, I have it handy, so that's how I do it. You know what I mean? It makes it a little bit easier. I don't got to sit there and try to hold it while I'm drilling. And, yeah, I've tried that route, and it's a pain. So, so this is how I do it. All right, so I'm gonna put the rest of them on. I'm gonna staple them on, and then we're gonna drill and screw. And we want to line them up on the top rail. So really what we're doing is we're lining them up. We're lining them up on the sides, and we're lining them up on the top rail. Then we tack. I throw 3 on each side. It's plenty. Alright, so we got one side done. Head on to the next. Like I said, I do 1, 2, 3, and then I throw a few on the bottom part, and then another 3 on the sides. I don't put 3 screws though, so when I do the screws, I'll just do 2 screws on each side, and then a couple around the bottom. You want to make sure that you're using staples long enough to be able to penetrate the wood, the 2x3 underneath it, you know what I mean? Because that's what's holding it on. So, as you can see, like, it gives it some strength, you know what I mean? So now that we got that done, we're going to drill some holes. I'm going to drill 2 here, 2 here. I'll drill 1, 2, 3 here, and then 2 on the sides over here, just like on this side. Now when you're drilling these holes, you want to make sure, you definitely want to make sure that you're hitting the wood underneath. You don't want to go too high to where you're just going through the 1x4. You want to make sure you're hitting the wood underneath it. You know, what you can do is you can pre-drill all the holes. You know, I'll do that now. I'll just pre-drill all the holes just to get it out of the way. It's usually what I do. I'm just trying to save some time here. Try to get this done in the right amount of time. Battling a cold, if you can tell. Alright, we're all drilled, okay? So now these screws here, I'm going to use 1 5/8. I mean, you can use whatever you want. I choose 1 5/8. You know, it'll go in pretty deep, you know what I mean, as you can see. So now we just use 1 5/8 screws, tack it up, and you know, that's pretty much it, man. You want to countersink them, you know what I mean? You want to go below the wood. You don't want it sticking up, just so nobody gets hurt. You don't want anything kind of sticking out, you know what I mean? So just make sure when you're putting in the screws, you're countersinking them. Because you want everything to be nice and either, you know, I don't want to say flush, but you want it kind of not poking out so you can't catch your finger on it, or nobody can get hurt, you know what I mean? But this is by far the easiest rack to make, and I hope you guys like this video, because it's pretty easy to make this rack. Like I said in my past videos, once you know how to make this rack, possibilities are endless. You can make as many big racks, like 50, like 100 shot rack. I mean, I wouldn't recommend that because they're heavy as shit. But you can make any size rack you want, pretty much. You know what I mean? But there's not much to it, you know? I mean, once you got all the lumber cut, and you do 1 or 2, the rest are cake. You know what I mean? They go pretty fast. Now you just got to find the time to do it. For me, it's hard. I got 2 kids, so it's a little tough. And we're on our last couple screws. And that's it. That is how you build a 10-shot rack. Alright? There it is. Looks like every other one. You know, so see how I told you? You know, I'll put a couple here, and then I'll put one here. I'll put one here, and then one here, and then another one there, and then another 2 up the side here. You know what I mean? And then just 2 on the sides, you know? So that's it. That is how you build a 10-shot rack. Now, all the leftover lumber, you know, to make a 5-shot rack, it's pretty much the same exact process. You know, what you could do, hold on, I think I got a piece of wood. Yeah. See what you could do, you know, when you build the 5-shot rack, it's the same exact process, okay? But what you're going to do is you're going to use a 1-foot piece instead of a 2-foot piece, you know, obviously for 5 instead of the 10-shot. So you want to use a 1-foot piece, okay? And then use the leftover lumber that you cut from these, you know, so whatever you have left over from the lumber you cut from the 2x3, you want to use that for the sides, all right? So it's, like I said, the 5-shot is the same exact thing. It's not much different. So use the 1-foot piece for the bottom, and then whatever's left over on the sides, and then you use the leftover pieces off of the 1x4, you know, the leftover piece you cut from all the 1x4, you use that for the sides, and it works perfectly. I've got a bunch of them, you know, you've seen them. I've got a bunch of them, so it works, no problem. You know, it sticks up fine, you know, it's not coming up too far or anything like that. It's only off of like a 1/2 inch or maybe that, 3/4 of an inch, if that, you know what I mean? So it works. So there you go, boys. There is your 10-shot rack, all fully assembled and with all the details. So if you start building them, let me know how this video helped you. You know what I mean? I'm very grateful for all my subscribers out there. You know, I hit the 300 mark, and I'm really excited about that. And I've been thinking about doing something, and I'm not sure what yet. I got to find out a little bit more on the details on it. So I might have a surprise coming out to you guys. So just stay tuned to my videos. Definitely, you know, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, because there's going to be a lot more videos coming. And that's it. You know, I mean, I just want to thank all you guys. You know, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't, and you know, stay tuned, because I'm looking into something special for all you guys. All right, man. This is Sippy. Peace.